You ever wonder how somebody can just connect with any and everybody and they make it seem so natural? It's almost like they can make anybody feel like they're a friend, like I've known you. And you wonder, like, how do you do this with such ease? How do you have so much charisma? How are you so magnetic that people just gravitate towards you? Well, if you're curious about this, you're in the right place. Because in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to be so charismatic that people question your realness. Now, let me go ahead and establish what I mean by realness. So when you got natural charisma and when you have the gift of gab and what I like to refer to as when you have a little bit more extra seasoning than most, I look at charisma as like it's seasoning on a meal. Charisma is like personality. It's like this ability to just make people feel seen and feel heard. And I want to share with you 8 key traits to help you do that. So you may or may not already be doing these, but if you want to be more charismatic, if you want to be more of the life of the party, or, you want to just be able to carry conversations with people and just have better social game, then this video is for you. The first key trait of a charismatic person is that they know how to be present. So what do I mean by being present? I mean by when you're engaging with somebody, when you're having a conversation, you are able to really give them your undivided attention. You are there in the moment with them. You're engaged. You're not worried about what you have to do, what you need to get done here in the next few hours. You're actually giving this person your undivided attention. And that is one of the greatest gifts that you can give somebody. When you give somebody your undivided attention, when you are truly just present with them in the moment, that is creating that space for somebody to feel seen and to feel heard. And that is kind of just that natural charisma. You might notice when certain people who possess this skill, it's almost like I said, they make somebody feel like they're in a home away from home. It's like they're a friend, and it's like they've known this person for a few years. Because they're actually sitting there listening to them like they actually care. And that's going to take me to the second tip, is to listen, okay? To be more charismatic, you want to be able to learn how to listen a bit better, okay? You can pick up on so much more in life by listening rather than speaking. So when you can actively listen to somebody, and this piggybacks off of what I said to begin with, you want to be present with them. That's going to allow you to really just engage and really hear what they're saying, hear the story that they might be sharing, or whatever they may be going through. It might be something high, it might be something low, but you are actually giving them that space to just talk. And sometimes a lot of us, we just need a moment to be heard. And I don't mean to say that in a way of that we're always down about something. We always got to bitch and complain about something. Nah, sometimes we're happy. Sometimes we're in a good mood. My sister called me the other day and she was like, hey, I just wanted to celebrate something with you. Something just happened in my life and I wanted to share it with you. So like sometimes we just want to share, and we just, like I said, we just want to be heard. So it's very important to learn how to listen. Now, the third way to be so charismatic that people question your realness is that you know how to shift your mindset about negative things. So when you're engaging with people, right, you'll notice that a lot of people talk about negative shit. People are always kind of going through their things. They might always be talking about somebody else, so you're able to not let that phase you too much. You don't necessarily need to join in on the fun. You can listen, let that person say what they need to say, get it off their chest, like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, et cetera, et cetera. But you're able to reframe your mindset about things, because the way you carry yourself through life as a charismatic person, as a self-aware person, is that that this negative stuff that we experience, there's always lessons in it. It's really life always trying to teach you something. So you're able to really shift your mindset, which allows you to maintain this kind of upbeat, positive, charismatic attitude on a consistent basis. And now when you're able to do this, this is what makes people look at you as when they question your realness, is what I mean. When they question, how can this person be so authentic all the time? How can this person be so cool and so just that guy? How is this person able to do this? It's because you're able to shift your mindset about things and you don't get knocked off your square so much like most people do. Most people get knocked off their square, and by knocked off your square, I mean getting knocked out of your integrity. I mean, somebody that said something and done something to you, and your ass is just completely thrown for a loop. Your day is ruined. Your mood is ruined. When you have that natural flow about yourself, when you are a charismatic person, and charisma is also like confidence too within yourself. It's a confidence that you have that I'm not knocked over so easily by a gust of wind. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily care so much about what people think about me and what they may say about me. You know, I have a natural confidence about myself, which allows me to stand my ground. If that makes sense, you know, to be confident within myself. So back to the third point that I'm making is that you're just able to shift your perspective about things that allows you to maintain more of that positivity in your life, more of that energy that people love to be around. The fourth sign that you are so charismatic that people question your realness is that you never engage in drama. You don't be engaging in gossip. You know, we don't do that type of stuff over here. Okay, we separate ourselves from the nonsense. All right, and when you're able to do this, and when you, like I said, when you do these types of things so consistently, people are like wowed by you. Like they're like, how are you able to refrain from even like saying something bad about somebody? And it's because we know that don't get us nowhere. You know that, and by us I mean self-aware individuals, emotionally intelligent individuals, people who have social game, people who interact with the public, and us. We're selective about where we place our energy. I don't need to be placing my energy, you know, and I'm using the example of like, say when you're in the work field, you know, work, people like to gossip and talk and point their finger at other people. What I'm saying is we don't engage in that type of behavior. You know, we carry ourselves at a higher level and we carry ourselves at a higher standard. Number 5. Now, this is something that I always say when people ask me how I'm doing or how my day is going. I always say maintaining, not complaining. And what I mean is stay steady. Stay steady in your life. Always be trying to like work to be better, realizing that life is always going to be throwing you a curveball, you know. So just it's important to just maintain, learn how to go with the swings of life, and not to complain about shit. You know, I can't stand a complainer, you know, because complaining doesn't solve anything. Complaining doesn't fix anything. And what it does is it really drags the people that are around you down, it drags them down with you. They ain't trying to be doing that complaining stuff, man. So I always say maintain, don't complain. That means work on the things that you can work on in your life. Control what you can control. And when you're a type of individual that is able to do this, this plays into that charisma. You carry yourself and you come off in a way that people are just like, damn, I love being around this person. This person is never really swayed by those uppercuts that life will throw you. Yes, they're a human being, and yes, they go through their stuff too, but man, they always got like a positive attitude about it. They're always able to look at life in a way where it's like, life is happening for me and not to me. You know, so that also adds to that element of charisma. And that, again, has people's radar going up about you. It's like, how is this person so chill? It's because you possess some of these qualities. And if you don't, you may want to start working on these things and start strengthening some of these qualities in order to improve that charisma about yourself, all right? All right, now number 6, okay? Now we're going to start getting into, it's going to shift a little bit here, all right? How to be so charismatic. It's to initiate conversations with people. When you can initiate a conversation with somebody, it shows that you're not scared of rejection. You're not scared of perception. You're so unafraid is that you put yourself out there. You step out the box. And what I mean by initiating a conversation is it could be something like what I do, because I work with the public and I have for years. But I'm sharing that to say that I could see somebody, they could have a hat on, and I'd be like, damn, that's a dope hat you got on. You know, that's initiating a conversation. I could see somebody with a dope t-shirt on, and I'd be like, damn, that's a cool t-shirt, man. Where'd you get that from? And that's initiating conversation. And what this does, man, it just also plays into that charisma. It plays into that I'm not afraid. I'm not scared to talk to somebody. I'm not scared to step out the box and put myself in front of somebody and just kind of spark up interactions with people, you know. And this type of stuff may be hard for certain people to do because maybe you're not used to doing it. Maybe you're kind of introverted. Maybe that's just not your style. But in this life, you're going to have to talk to people at some point in your life. All right. And for those individuals who do want to engage in at a high level, who do value communication. You want to learn how to like initiate conversation, how to have personality, how to have some seasoning about yourself. All right. That's an example of being able to do it, is to initiate conversation. Something stands out to you, something jumps out to you about a person, tell them about it. And that's going to lead me to number 7, which is to give authentic compliments. And no, I do not mean saturating people with compliments and stuff like that and walking around, hey man, you look, that look good on you, man. And you look like, no. You be selective with your compliments is what is the key here. Like I said previously, where you want to initiate conversation and you might see somebody wearing something, or they might have a nice pair of sunglasses on or something. That's what I mean. You want to give them a compliment. Hey, that's a nice pair of shades. And that kind of piggybacks off of initiating conversation. These are kind of one and the same, but it's like, it doesn't take much to make somebody feel good. Making somebody feel good can go a long way. This is a trait that charismatic people possess. They're able to engage in conversation. They're able to be complimentary to people. And it's not like I'm losing anything from it. If I compliment you, if I say something like, you got a nice pair, I like those sneakers you got on, it's not taking anything away from me. I'm not like diminishing my value and diminishing who I am as a person by making you feel good in that moment. And it's not even really making somebody feel good is a byproduct of it, but that's not even really your intention. It's really just, you're creating a space for like dialogue. You're creating a space for friendship, relationships to kind of blossom and cultivate. And it's also kind of developing like this energetic space for people to be themselves. That's what charisma is. Charismatic people provide a space for people to feel comfortable, to not feel judged, to be able to feel like they can laugh and play and have some fun. That's what charisma is. So when you're giving those selective, authentic compliments, all you're doing is deepening a connection with somebody where they're going to ultimately feel more comfortable around you. And that's how we develop strong relationships with people, whether they're your coworkers, whether they're your children, whether it's your partner. All these things that I'm sharing, like being charismatic, man, it just strengthens relationships too. It's just, you're the fun person to be around. You're the person who I can be around and feel good and not feel like shit all the time. Yo, if you're getting any value out of this list, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more content just like this. Now for this last tip on how to be so charismatic that people question your realness is, remember names. Listen to everything that I just shared on this list. Be present, be in the moment, listen, give people your undivided attention. That's going to strengthen your ability to even pick up on names. And it may seem like something so small, but when you can engage with somebody and you say their name back to them, that goes a long way with somebody. Or when you use somebody's name in an interaction, hey Bob, man, it's good to see you again, bro. How's your kids doing? And you're able to throw things back at them that they've said to you. This is a charismatic trait. This is a characteristic that not a lot of people possess. And if you do possess it, man, you're like the shit. You know, at my job, I occasionally get people's names and I engage in conversation. So I pick up on certain information and my coworkers would be like, damn, Bryce, you're so good with people's names. And I'm like, I listen. I'm in the moment. When they tell me their name, I'm looking them in their eyes. I'm not thinking about my grocery list. I'm hearing what Mike just told me right now. And then imprints in my brain where I'm like, that's Mike right there, dude with the glasses. You know, and just, that's how kind of it works for me. But I know everybody's different. And I always hear that saying, you ever hear people when they're like, man, I'm so bad with names. It's because we don't know how to stay present in the moment. We got so many things going on in our head and we just pull so many directions. That's one of the tougher things for a lot of people. But ultimately, how to be so charismatic that people question your realness. They look at you like, this guy got to be faking it. How can you be that cool with everybody? It's because of things that I just shared with you on this list. So again, some of these things may not come naturally to you. They may take some effort, some intention. And if that's your thing, if not, hey, it is what it is too. But I appreciate y'all checking out this video. Make sure you check out one of my other videos. I'll leave something floating around for you here on the screen and I will see you there. Peace.